Today in Wonder Word, you're going to make a bird mask. All right, you guys should have all your supplies around you or that you're going to share with other students. I'm going to use glue, and I'm going to use a glue stick. I need a pair of scissors, a pencil. I'm going to use a yellow piece of paper that I'm going to split with another person. I'm just going to fold it in half and I can cut it and share it. I have blue paper because you know what? I'm going to make blue feathers for my bird mask. And I'm going to have a white piece of paper that is a cardstock or something thicker. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm going to make, I guess it would be a C. Ooh, does that look like a good C? All right, I'll make a better C. I'm going to make a C and pretend like I'm spelling cat. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to think about my eyes where I want them, and that's like in the middle maybe. So I'm going to draw a crescent shape, and see that way when I open it I'm going to cut it, and then we will make our mask that will be our base. So here we go, and I'm going to cut up just a little bit for my nose, and this is the hardest part. So sometimes I take my pencil and I poke a hole through it, so then that way I'm being very careful, so that way I can put my scissors in there. This is going to be our hardest part of this one. And I'm going to be very careful how I cut it. And see, it doesn't matter that I have those pencil marks there because I'm going to cover them. And there's my little bird mask, and I test it on my eyes and make sure that fits me. I have a big head, so I probably should have done mine a little bigger. But I think I'm okay. I'm going to cut just a little bit off the bottom because I felt like it needed to be a little smaller on the nose. All right, my next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put my dark blue feathers in the back first, because I know Balboa Park is home of a lot of birds that have blue feathers. I'm going to fold my paper as many times as I can, and from here I'm not going to measure or anything, but I'm going to cut that crescent shape out of my paper, and I'm just going to easily do it, just real simple. Or you can draw it if you want to, if drawing it makes it easier for you to follow the line and then cut, or if your teacher wants to draw it on there for you if you're having a hard time cutting it. So I got a lot of feathers right here, and then afterwards I'll do the same thing with the blue feathers. Now when I start, I also have real feathers that I'm going to use, but I'm going to use those just at the very end. Here I'm going to start gluing from on the edge first, then go in, because if I start from the in and then move out, I'm going to be covering my feathers. On this part I'm going to use this glue stick, and I'm going to do it all along the edges. And I'm just going to glue them down. So now I'm going to make some light blue feathers. So I already glued around. I left this area blank because that's where I'm going to put my little tiny beak, my little yellow beak. All right, so now I'm going to do my lighter color, and I'm not going to pass my eyeball, but I can if I want to, and I can just cut it. So that's another thing we can do, is we can cut some of these feathers flat, so I can put them really close to my, see how I made that one flat so it's right on the edge of my eyeball? I better put more glue down. So I cut that. Let me cut this one too. I'll cut a bunch of them. So I'm going to grab hold on that point. I'm going to take that point off, and that way it's ready to go around my eye. Ooh, it's going to be so much fun to put real feathers on this and make it really fancy. Make it real wild, like a real wild bird. It's going to have lots of dimension. That looks like a wild bird already. All right, I'll be right back after I glue on my feathers some more. All right, I did that second little layer. And now I'm going to have my half piece of paper. I'm going to just I'm going to fold it again in half, and then I'm just going to cut a little triangle off the corner. And I don't have to do it in the corner, but I did it. And the reason I did that is I bent it up so that I can like see how I can make it even more 3D. And before I even glue that down, I'm gonna put a little nose on mine, little nostrils, right? See how mine looks? I don't know what shape would that be, like a P and then a backwards P. I don't know. How would you guys describe that? I'm gonna just glue those little edges down. I'm gonna put it in the middle of my mask, and I see how I'm lifting it a little bit to give it a little more dimension. I'm gluing it to my finger. I'm really out. Don't glue it to your finger. Or you can glue it to your finger, but then you might have to make it, ooh, goodness gracious, there we go. All right, and our next step is, so I don't know about you guys, but I'm a little messy, so I always get glue on my fingers, so I was like a cat with these feathers. The next thing I'm gonna use is the real glue, because the real glue or the Elmer's glue will stick better with my feathers. So I'm going to, and you don't have to do the real feathers if you don't want to. I am gonna squeeze my glue. And I'm going to carefully place my feathers. Oh, so pretty. Oh, so wild. I'm gonna be a wild bird from the Balboa Park. I love to nest in those beautiful big trees. And I wanna make sure my eyeballs I can see out of it. I don't wanna be a starving bird and can't see the bugs. Ooh, do you see that? Look at this. I'm gonna put a whole bunch down. And I'm gonna carefully glue it on there. And there's one more fun thing that we can do with our feathers that are out of paper. And if we need to, because this is a pretty fancy bird. This bird is like full-fledged. He is just so pretty. There we go. And on these ones, if we wanted to, if we didn't have the feathers, we could roll them and lift them up. So we're gonna let this sit and dry for a little bit, and I'll let you know the next. All right, our last step after our bird has dried. See how we could, those feathers on the bottom? I could just use my pencil and make them a little curl up like that too. Probably be better if I had a round pencil so it doesn't make lines. But I'm gonna cut a little piece of yarn, piece of ribbon would be great too. And I cut some. Ooh, and if you made it double, probably be better even too, so it would be. Then I'm gonna take my stapler. And I'm gonna double that so it doesn't slip out. This is not a very easy part, but I'm gonna try to double it there. I'm gonna make it twice. I'm gonna put one through it and one not so that it catches. So in case it gets pulled, you guys can see that. I went through two. I lost a feather. I'll have to do another one. But then we're all done as soon as we get those in, and we can tie it. So I'm gonna double that one. Make sure I do one loop and then the other one over the two. And that way it catches it so it doesn't pull. See how it pulls it? Like it will catch it. And then you're done with your mask. Let me put my feather back on. There you go. Today in Wonder Word, you're gonna make a bird mask.